Hello, in this video I'm going to go over how to edit the JSData.xml file so it can be used with our charting integration tools. Before we get started, recommend that you go to Notepad++ and download their free XML reader. Next, you open up your tree and you'll go to your JS Services directory and you will see a JSData.xml document in there. That's the one we're going to edit. You can right click on that and you should have an edit with Notepad, and that'll bring up the XML code. This copy of this XML actually contains 3 days of ES data, and the reason is that I'm running in my script, I have this date range equal to 3. So what you'll want to do before you start is remove that and then rerun it, and you can run that script and it'll recreate the XML with only 1 day, and then you won't have to worry about the other 3 days. If you're not running a 3-day range currently, then you don't need to do anything. This file mimics the JS sheet, which is an Excel file that is produced by the desktop. So in the preference section you have the different integration scripts. Integration script 1 is going to produce the XML file, and integration 2 is going to produce an Excel file. And both these files are saved in the JS Services directory. The monthly analytics provide the price map levels, and the R label is highlighted in green at the top, and it's also highlighted within the price map structure. And then you have your metrics below it with the APMD, the variance, alert distance, and maximum stop distance. The metrics are displayed as tick values. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the Excel price map levels with the monthly price map levels in the XML. So we're going to take this data and we're going to type it in. So if you're not familiar with reading an XML, I'll walk you through it. Here we have the contract symbol, we have the publish date, here's the contract month, and this first section, what it does, it's going over the Excel spreadsheet. So it's all of our market color indicators. You can see MSB and it all matches up here. And these numbers that are associated with, say, the moving average is a 4. It's also matching up here, and that has to do with the color coding. You're not going to have that with the monthlies, but you will have the metrics. And so here are where the metrics need to be edited for the monthlies, and you can see on the daily sheet it's here on the Excel, and then we've got the price map levels here, and so we're going to be using the monthly. Before we get started, we're going to save a copy of this. So you can just right click, hit copy, and then you can paste it back into the directory, and it will create a copy of the JS data file. So you'll have 2. This way, if you mess something up, you have a backup, and then all you'll need to do to edit that backup is to delete the JS data file and rename it. Also remember, you can always recreate the JS data file by just coming to the preference area, finding the integration script, and clicking press run script, and that'll generate a brand new JS data. It will erase right over. It will write over any JS data file in the directory. So if you've entered monthly data in there, it's going to write over it. So we recommend that you create a copy of that file, and then you can use that copy when you want to view the monthly analytics. So now we're going to open up our copy. We can see it's JS data copy up here, same file. Here's the market color indicators, and now we're going to edit our metrics. So the APMD, we're going to change this to from a 34 to 50. Variance is the same. Alert distance is the same. And we're going to change the maximum stop distance to 22. Next, we're going to edit the price map values. And so you can see it starts with UT4 down to DT4, which matches up here. And so we just highlight the level, make sure you stay within the parameters, and we're going to add the decimal point. And you go through each level and just edit each one. If you make a mistake, you can always go to edit and hit undo, and that'll bring you back to where you were. Remember, you're working on the copy right now, and you'll go through the entire list and update all the prices. If for some reason you end up here and you've got one extra number, you go find you must have made a mistake in your sequence and you missed one, and just correct that and get all these typed in correctly. Make sure that you stay within the boundaries. Then the other thing you'll have to edit is the R level. So you can see here we have R level equals, and all these say equals false. And as you come down here, you follow the R level, you find the one that says true, which is here, and this is off the DP. You can see here's all the levels, and we need to change that R level to below the DT1. So below the DT1 is here, and we need to change this to true. Come back to the DP, and we need to change this to false. And that's it. And then you can hit save. So we've gone through the XML, you find the market that you want to edit, and you edit the metrics, and then you go and you edit the price map data. Once you're completed, you save it, and then what we can do, we can change the name of the current JSData file. I like to put a date on it. And then we can edit our copy and make that the JSData file. So now when we pull up our price map levels in our integrations, here's a daily chart, and we can see the monthly price map levels are showing up. And if we look at an intraday chart, it'll be the same. And so you'll have the intraday action. It will be just around the monthly. If you want to go back to the daily, then you'll need to go back to the XML file. With NinjaTrader, what we can do is we can actually make a new copy of this, and we can call this JSData_monthly. And then in our NinjaTrader application, we can go to the indicators. And in the XML path, you can change this to JSData_monthly .xml. And so now this chart is going to read from the monthly data file, and then you can rerun your JSData and set your XML to read JSData for your daily levels. So you have two files now. You've got the JSData_monthly.xml, and then you have a JSData file. So I'm just going to delete this file. What I can do, just to make sure I have let's say a fresh copy, I can go to my preferences and I want to regenerate this JSData file. So I just made a new file. And now we have another JSData file here. And I'm going to refresh this. And so we can see, so here's the daily S&P 7450 DPR, which is the daily levels. So the daily levels are now reading off the JSData file. And on this one, I'll go in here and I'm going to edit this to read off the monthly. And it's reading off the monthly data. Unfortunately, when you apply the intraday data, it's going to change your daily, so you do have to kind of swap it back and forth. We're working with NinjaTrader to figure out how to resolve that issue. But you have your you've got your monthly analytics and the ability to kind of swap back and forth to your daily pretty easy. For more questions, please contact me. at info@jsservices.com. Thank you.